Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Carnival of Souls, Week 1. It's our Halloween event here in the lands of DnDTime. But before we dive into this adventure, while things are still, pretty good, I want to just say hello and introduce and greet our 4 lovely players this evening. And so first, I want to say hello. How are you, Zeta Brasscrown? Welcome back.
Who's Zeta? I'm not Zeta. I'm a ghost.
I mean, hello, very small kobold-sized ghost. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Okay,
Now,
you know what? Forget it. I just wanted to try the ghost costume.
I'm sorry, Zeta. I'm sorry. It's just it's a sheet. You're just wearing a sheet over your.
I know, but it's the best costume I could have thought up this year. I'll promise I'll think of something different if I come back.
I mean, Zeta, some people wear the costumes to try and dissuade spooky spirits who might want to haunt us. But most people, I think, just kind of wear them for fun. So if you're having fun walking around in your ghost costume, I think you should rock it.
Yeah, I'm having fun indeed. You know what's even funner? I found this candy cane that's orange and black.
Oh yeah, out in at Bartholomew's shop, he pulled it out of his take one bag.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't try and take more than one, right?
No, why would I do that?
I know some people might have tried. I'm pretty sure Bartholomew cursed it.
What?
So as long as you take one, I think you're fine.
Oh, well, according to this, it's a forbidden candy cane. Doesn't look very forbidden to me. It doesn't even feel that evil at all. It just looks kind of cool as a weapon.
Just like a little evil.
Yeah, it's the tiniest bit evil that I could really care less.
The tiniest bit evil. Well, Zeta, I'm glad you found a cool treasure that you like from Bartholomew's little treasure hoard.
Yay! I can't wait to stab it into someone's eye hole. Okay, maybe that was a little too morbid. I'm sorry.
No, that's right in the spirit for the Carnival of Souls, Zeta. Welcome back. I hope you get to stab someone in the eye hole.
Thank you.
Our next hero this evening is a little less bloodthirsty, I might guess. We have a returning hero, Juni Asterthorn. Juni, how are you?
Oh, hello. Hi.
Juni, it's been a really long time since I've seen you here. How have you been? What have you been up to?
I've been I have been really trying hard to get some peace with the cloud worshippers. I keep sending them flowers, but then they keep getting angrier over it.
Yeah, Juni, you seem a little anxious. Are you okay?
It's just people told me, kind of warned me, it's the spookiest time of the year. And I get really anxious around the solstice.
Oh, no, Juni, this is the Carnival of Souls. The solstice isn't for another 2 months.
So you're not gonna parade around the corpses of my sisters and brothers in lights and candles? Oh, thank goodness.
Well, no promises. There are, generally speaking, a lot of undeath associated with the Carnival of Souls. So, maybe that'll still happen. I can't tell you it won't.
Well, at least it's not going on currently.
That's fair. Well, Juni, I'm so sorry. And speaking of the corpses of your brothers and sisters, I know that there are some cool plant-based items that were in Bartholomew's big bag of treats. What did you end up grabbing out of it?
Well, I saw this cloak that looked really nice, and I was gonna grab it, but then I remembered I'm an evergreen, and that really clashes with me. So instead, I got this big pumpkin.
You just got a big pumpkin?
Yeah.
What does the pumpkin do? Why did you want the pumpkin?
I like pumpkins. They're cute. I think I'm supposed to wear it like a helmet.
I guess that's fair enough. Now, Juni, are you okay with pumpkins?
Well, it's a little bit weird, but it doesn't look like it's a real pumpkin. It looks like it's a...
Oh, is it
like
made of plastic?
Yeah, it looks like an artificial pumpkin.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't feel as bad about it.
Oh, you know what? That's great, though. I'm glad that you're having some fun. Oh, Juni, when you put on that pumpkin hat, I can't even see you in the inside. Just looks
Oh,
like
really?
Yeah.
Do I
Very
look like
interesting.
a pumpkin scarecrow?
You look like you
Yeah.
have no head.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Well, Juni, I hope you can find some interesting use for your new pumpkin helm, and I hope you have a fun adventure this evening.
Thank you.
And a third hero this evening is a brand new hero here in the lands of DnDTime. We have Kage Elion. Kage, did I say that? Am I saying that correctly?
I believe so. I honestly wouldn't know how to pronounce my own last name considering I changed it.
Well, that means you get to just pick it, right?
Yes. It to base off of my husband, whom I believe to be missing,
Oh,
called Elior, so
I'm so sorry.
sounds right.
What happened? Are they like MIA, or is this something more serious?
What happened was my husband, Prince of our country,
Mhm.
was at the palace. I was out about doing my deeds for the day, and he was attacked. And
Oh
there was
my.
fire and flames everywhere, and my friends and family have been scattered about and adventuring to try and find them.
You know what? I think that's a very good motivation. And I'll tell you, if there's anyone in the lands of DnDTime who can help you eventually find your loved ones, it's a wizard as powerful as Bartholomew. I mean, Bartholomew's kind of top notch. He's got the mojo. But
About Bartholomew.
what was that?
It's about Bartholomew.
Ah. Well, Kaj, I'm wondering. I'm sorry. I'm just taking you off on a total tangent from your story. In the kingdom you're from, do you have any fun traditions that come up around this time of year?
Around this time of year, I believe there are some harvest festivals that happen.
Mm-hmm. It's a time of
And
year like when the spirits, tend to come out and things like that.
yes, and so there are lots of festivals and traditions around that time. I have my own little thing that I used to do with my family in which go out, find the most corrupt and wealthy noble, and steal everything they own.
That's amazing. Gosh, I love that. That sounds like a great time. Is this like what is it, like a nuclear family? Like, is this? Oh, that's not the right word. Is this your family of like other
family?
Found family? Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to find. I mean, of course, I can't find the word. Well, gosh, if that's the case, I think you're gonna love Bartholomew's Adventure. I think you're gonna have a very good time
I've
exploring
even
around
put
here.
in little plastic fangs.
Oh, little fangs.
Imitate
Very interesting.
bloodsuckers.
Wait, romantic bloodsuckers? What did you say?
Bloodsuckers.
Anyway, just regular bloodsuckers, of course. Did you find those in the bag outside of Bartholomew's shop, the take one bag, or did you grab something different?
I found this wondrous cloak that makes me feel like I am part of the darkness.
It's a cloak of enshrouding darkness. Doubtless going to be a very popular one coming out. And you can use that to just kind of like hide. And I mean, we mentioned this before with a previous character who also grabbed that. They're an assassin. I imagine it's very helpful having your face masked in darkness when you're maybe
I'm sure
taking from
it
those
can
who
also
don't deserve.
be very intimidating.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt. Well, Kaj, I hope you have a good first adventure here. I know the Carnival of Souls can be a very interesting time in the lands of DnDTime, so I hope everything goes great for you, and hopefully you get some information sooner or later about your husband.
Fully.
And last but certainly not least, we have a lumberjack of sorts, Moraath. Moraath, how are you?
I just have one question. Is that a talking tree?
Hey, let's be kind to yes, Juni is in fact a talking tree. Now,
I
Juni,
don't just talk. I also sing sometimes.
that's true. I've seen Juni dance. Juni's a great dancer. Juni's an okay dancer. I will say, just to Juni, Moraath is a lumberjack, but Moraath, you didn't cut down wooden trees, right?
No, I cut down stone trees, so this is like a really rare sight for me. This is actually kind of amazing.
Were there no wooden trees where you were from?
No, there was no wood where I was from.
Have you seen a lot of wooden trees since you left?
No,
Or is this
not
like
really.
pretty rare? Wow, spending just a lot of time in Central City, I guess, huh?
I mean, there's that one time I helped the what were they, frogs?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw trees there, but a walking and talking one, no, I've never seen.
Well, I assure you, Juni is much more than just a walking, talking tree. Like we said, they can dance and sing as well as do many other great things.
I could take you to my hometown sometime if you would like. You could meet several others of my kind.
I would be glad to do that. And I promise there will be no cutting down of your people. Not even for what's happening in another 2 months.
Well, we're not going to talk of that dark, dark time among the Floran people.
Okay, well, don't worry. I'm not cutting anyone down.
Yeah, let's not hurt the tree's feelings any more than we already have.
Okay, it's Juni. Juni has a name, guys. Come on. Let's stop the tree and talking tree.
Sorry, Juni.
Moraath, I do wonder. What did you pick up from Bartholomew's take a treat bag earlier?
That's
Anything
what that
fun?
was called.
You didn't try and take more than one, did you?
No, I only took one. I took the apparently coolest thing, though. Now that you talk about it, with I already forgot her name. I'm sorry, High Elf. Anyway, yeah, I Kage, thank you. I took the same cloak, but apparently it's only good for like assassins or rogues. I don't know. It made my eyes look cool.
It does make your eyes look really cool, and I'll be honest. If I were a stone tree and I watched just like a clouded faced, cloaked figure draping black vapors, wielding an axe coming toward me, I'd be a pretty scared stone tree, assuming as a stone tree I could feel fear.
Oh, I promise. All of those trees, wherever they grew in the wrong place, definitely. Sorry, I'm getting a little angry. Yes, they probably felt fear.
And so let's maybe before you get too upset, let's get into today's adventure. So as the lot of you a few days ago have you've all been part of Bartholomew's adventuring company for at least a little while here. Kage, you shortly after having joined, you all received a letter, an invitation to a banquet, a large feast. It is located at a place called Grimhollow Estate, out in really the middle of nowhere. Bartholomew, seemingly all of the adventurers in the company have been invited, and Bartholomew urged all of you to attend for reasons that he didn't entirely make clear at the time, but he seemed pretty excited and maybe a little nervous. And so you've made your way to Grimhollow Manor. Moraath, you've traveled through like a forest full of trees. It was very interesting. I imagine Juni was able to teach you a lot about the different types of trees that exist. They're mostly deciduous trees. So you got some, oak trees and elms and things like that.
Moraath has actually, wait, why am I talking about myself in the third person? I probably pulled out a little journal and a quill, and I have started taking notes because this is a really badass class that I like.
Well, as you've all been traveling through this forest, you've made it to the manor. You've been here for a small amount of time. You've been mingling with some of the other adventurers. There are a lot of people here, some you've never even seen before. But two figures in particular have kind of caught your eye. One was a skeletal figure standing, 6 feet tall, large, flowing red robes that drape down behind them and are kind of on the shoulders, peaked at a large pointed mantle. And then they're outside currently. They left this main entry foyer where everyone's kind of mingling and have gone outside. But the other character that strikes you as being, well, out of place amongst Bartholomew's adventurers is the old wizard himself. And that's where we kind of come in to tonight's adventure. You all stand before Bartholomew, who's kind of called you over away from the rest of the adventurers that are just kind of mingling about here, waiting for the feast.
Oh, I like this place. It reminds me of my home, except it's a little spooky.
Juni.
Yeah.
I have a kind of a question.
Pete's muted.
Who's Pete?
I was speaking, but nothing came through. Greetings, adventurers. It's good to see all of you.
Hello, Bartholomew, wizard man.
Yes, I trust. Hello to you, Moraath. It's good to see all of you.
How are you feeling, Mr. Bartholomew?
I am feeling quite well. Thank you very much for asking, Juni. Good to see you again. Kage, it was, right?
Yes.
Kage, it is a pleasure to meet you. I know that you only recently were joining up the crew. You come onto us on a bit of a strange evening. This was you were all invited to this party, but I don't know if you would be able to maybe take on a small job for me while you're here.
I'll take on a job. By the way, Bartholomew, guess what?
Yes. What is it?
Boo! I spook him.
He says.
In my ghost costume. Yay!
Yes, very spooky costume for a spooky season. Nicely done there, Zeta. But yes, I do have some work. You see, I am, well, I would say bordering on 100% confident that this invite was a trap. I won't deny that there are quite a few individuals that don't appreciate the way that we do business at Bartholomew's Adventuring Troupe, and that they, well, I won't say that I have no enemies, and I do have one primary enemy, you might say. Are you familiar with Lemmec?
No, who's that?
Yes, Lemmec is a lich, and he was, well, the salutatorian at the Wizards Academy that we graduated from, always kind of second best. He's held a grudge against me for quite some time, and, well, I'm pretty sure Lemmec's here, as he has done every Carnival of Souls, to mess things up. So I would like the four of you to keep an eye on him, if you can. Just
Maybe
report back to me.
I have a theory. Maybe the thing he's messing up this year is himself.
And he Bartholomew kind of like looks to the side and looks a little confused and thinks about it, but then thoughtfully nods. I don't think about that, Zeta. There may be. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it under advisement.
Is he the skeleton guy with the red robes?
Precisely the one. Yes.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna go say hi to Lemmec.
yes, he's set up over in the backyard. I believe he said he was having games. Be careful. I don't know what kind of games they are, but I assume if he's running them, they're probably deadly and dangerous. And also, while you're out there, if you do, and he kind of like gets a little bit of a glint in his eye as he starts to say this. I don't know if you're aware, this manor was owned by an old friend of mine, and he was incredibly wealthy. And he's hidden all manner of treasures, I believe, in here, and whoever has purchased the place since his, untimely demise, has not seemed to locate many of them. So look around and see if you can find anything. And, well, I'll pay a bounty perhaps later on for anything you can find.
I'll
Is
keep an
this
eye
a
out.
normal money or Bartholomew bucks?
We'll have to work that out later on. It might be somewhere in between. Kage, I heard you say something. I couldn't quite catch you, though.
I said I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you very much. I trust that you will be able to handle this without too much trouble. If you need to know the way to outside, I believe Mr. Godfrey, as it was. And as soon as Bartholomew says the line, Mr. Godfrey, this completely clean-shaven dwarven butler appears right behind him in his blind spot and goes, "Yes, you needed something." Oh, jeez. Please stop doing that. If you're going to
Oh, wow, you
appear
spoke
for
to him better than I did.
yes, I suppose. Is there something that you require, Bartholomew? Could you show these four outside? They wanted to play in some of the games, I guess. Very well. Right this way, all of you. And as I said when you came in, but once again, welcome to Grimhollow Estate. Pleasure to have you here with us. And if there's anything you need...
Go ahead.
If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. Although if you're outside, I might not be able to quite hear you. So if there is something, allow me to get it for you on the way out.
I do have one question. Would you perhaps happen to have a rice-based alcohol?
Ah, yes. Are you looking for specifically sake?
Yes.
That we can acquire for you. Miss Kage. Just a moment, please. You definitely never told him your name, but he kind of zips off, and as he's walking away, he looks back. I'm so sorry for my rudeness. Any of you need anything?
Nope.
Do you have the picture-taking box thing?
I'm afraid that may be outside of my capabilities. I can have a local, a resident artist come outside and begin to paint a portrait of you while you go about your activities, if that's something that you would like.
I would like a portrait with the tree. Juni, your name was, yes?
Yes, perhaps you can pose. I'll make sure that they come and meet you outside.
Perfect.
Can you provide me some rainwater, maybe?
And rainwater we can, I believe, also provide. There's some has collected recently. There was a storm, luckily, last night. I'm very thankful for that now. I did not expect to need it. And he steps off hurriedly and returns in not enough time for the tasks that he was asked to do. He brings you all of your materials. Next to him, you can see now what appears to be just like a floating palette, canvas, and paintbrush. As he looks over, this is one of our unseen servants. They will paint whatever it is that you desire while they are under your command. Consider them to be so as of now.
Very good.
And again, thank you. Allow me to show you outside the patio.
Can I roll a stealth check to try to be sneaky? I want to sneak behind Lemmec.
You absolutely may do so if you wish. I believe he's very distracted with games. It should be very easy, sir.
And so, Mr. Godfrey, the butler, leads you through the curving, twisting halls of the manor out to a unscrupulous back door. The manor sits high up on a hill, but there's a long staircase that descends down below. You can see resting maybe 30 feet down this rather steep incline. There is simple green, maybe kind of starting to brown grass. You see this skeletal figure. He's moving around, putting up all sorts of little, they look like games, actually, like activities. You see that there are like some tables set up that you maybe didn't notice when you were coming in. But kind of amongst that, you also see that there are like gravestones and things. There's something of a small graveyard here behind the manor. And there are a couple of very old trees grown up amongst. But yeah, Lemmec seems to be setting up his games just here at the opening area to the graveyard. With a very small, maybe 2-foot-long cobbled stone fence that goes around. So yeah, you want to just all walk down the stairs, but Zeta, you're trying to sneak up.
I sneak up behind the skeleton man.
I would like you to roll me a stealth check.
I just did.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Let me click. It's getting a little dark. It's kind of like a dusk right now, fairly windy as you climb downstairs. So you're sneaking down, Zeta. And Zeta, are you walking down the stairs trying to be sneaky, or are you trying to like rappel down the side of this slope to get behind it?
I don't know. Whichever one seems more quiet.
The staircase looks like it could be pretty creaky, but it
I'll
looks like it'd be hard.
I'll rappel down the railing or something if that's more quiet.
Ooh. Roll me, I guess an acrobatics. Would that seem reasonable? To try
Yes,
and
just rolled it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're kind of scooting yourself slowly down the slope. It's not so steep that you're gonna fall and hurt yourself. It would just be kind of embarrassing if you fell. But yeah, you're making your way down. What about the rest of you? You walking down the creaky stairs?
I would like to take look from the stairs that I could see with my
Okay, you just want to just kind of perceive, just generally look around. Is that what you're looking? Is that what you're trying to do, Kage?
I'd like to take a look around.
Okay. Can you roll me a perception check? I think you're cutting out just a teeny bit. I don't know if you could move your microphone closer to you or not. But it's not terrible. It's just a teeny bit at the end of your sentences. So Kage, as you're looking around from up here, great vantage point. If there were a place to look around, this would be it to like overview the scene. You see, there are a couple of things. There's a very large oak tree a little further back in the graveyard area that there's a big kind of bee's nest hanging from it, a big beehive that seems to still be abuzz with some late fall bees. You see that there are some wildflowers growing up amongst the graveyard. What maybe seemed kind of desolate and unwelcoming isn't really too bad now that you're noticing these little bits of life. However, you do see on the far back corner of the graveyard, it looks like, and you can just barely make this out a couple 100 feet away, there appears to be like a fresh hole dug in the ground before one of the graves. Maybe it's been exhumed, maybe the grave is awaiting an occupant. It's kind of unsure. Besides that, yeah, this skeleton man who is just a skeleton in red robes is walking around setting up party games, and you see Zeta is just about to jump at him. Anyone else doing anything in particular, or are you just heading down? Moraath and Juni.
I want to make a mention about just kind of like not actually speaking, but making a mention. Zeta, I can fly. You could have just ridden on me. With that mentioned, I'm going to fly down the stairs. Basically, I'm not going to touch any of the things. What are they called? The stairs? Yeah, I'm just going to kind of fly down.
So, Zeta, as you sneak up on this skeletal figure, you just kind of hear them. I'm walking on sunshine, yeah! They're singing to themselves, they're putting stuff together, and you're sneaking up on them. And what do?
I poke him with my ring.
He turns around, and as he whips around, you see like red glowing in his eyes. He has this large black staff, which is pointed right at you, crackling with lightning. He's like, yeah! Ow!
Hi!
Oh! And you see his eyes kind of like, boom, no longer glowing red, return to their kind of blank black voids in the skull. The staff stops crackling with lightning. Oh, you're just one of the adventurers.
I just wanted to scare you.
You shouldn't do that.
Why did I?
I thought it was in the spirit of the Carnival of Souls to scare people. I'm sorry.
Well, I suppose.
I
I'm
kind of half expected the skeleton to like yell out, "Wake me up" or something like that.
Huh. And you are? Obviously adventurers, but who are you all?
Go first, Kobold.
I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. Just kidding. I'm a kobold. I'm Zeta.
All right.
Hello, I am Moraath.
Uh-huh.
Short and simple. I'm
Looks towards you, Juni.
Hi there. I'm Juniper, but you can just call me Juni.
Gotcha.
I
And
really
you?
wanna-
Turns to you, Kage.
Kage.
Wonderful. Are you all here to play some games?
I love party games. Bartholomew said you had games for us.
Yeah, and I've got a whole bunch of. You see, back before I was good, because I'm good now. I'm not evil. Turned over a new leaf. Not evil. But I used to run the Carnival of Souls up on the moon, and I'll tell you, no one ever played all the games I set out. So I figured now that I'm good, let's play some games. What do you want to start? You want to start with some of the easy games, or go over to the hard game?
what are
Do you mind
the? Go first, Juni.
Do you mind if I ask you a question first?
Sure.
Well, how are you feeling?
Feeling, well, I'm dead. Or undead. So, I'm not really feeling much.
He's dead, Juni.
But I guess I'm feeling all right.
Yeah, I get to talk to a super spooky skeleton man.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I cast a spell of hunger on me earlier in anticipation for the feast.
Oh, is that how you undead eat?
Nope.
Wait, that works on. Wait. That works?
He just kind of like rolls his eye sockets. Like he puts his head back like he's rolling his eyes, but nothing happens. Says, look, when you're as powerful as a wizard as I, anyway, not the point. Let's play some games, shall we?
Yay, games!
Okay.
You
What do I
are a
wanna
powerful
start?
wizard, aren't you?
You bet I am.
Are you like the most powerful wizard?
He kind of like just looks at you for a minute. Nope. All right, let's play some games. All right. First game I have to play. It's a very common one. I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's called Cornhole. You familiar with the game?
Oh, I love that game.
Well, and he kind of points to a couple of kind of tipped boards he has set up. You take this little hacky sack, you throw it through the hole. If you get it in, you get 3 points. If you get it on the hole or on the board, you get 1 point. Otherwise, you don't get anything. Whoever gets the most points, I guess, wins. Something like that. It's been a long time since I actually played this game.
I didn't know how to play this game. I played lots of games when I was a little kid.
All right. So how do you feel? What about you? Let's see, there are 5 of us. Maybe 3 of you are on a team, and 1 of you come with me.
I want to be with Mr. Skeleton Man.
Great.
Okay.
That was what, Zeta? Your name?
Yes, that's my
Yeah,
name.
whatever. All right. Let's go. So Larry just kind of like waves his staff, and like a few of these little these pieces to the game float up into the air and go to their correct places. All right, you all go over there and you take your 3 hacky sacks, and good luck to you, Lottie. Lemmec says, all right, do you want me to go first just to show you how it works?
Yes.
Yes.
That would be great.
All right. And Lemmec takes his hacky sack and throws it, and it like totally misses. And then he just kind of goes, coughs and moves his staff, and the whole hacky sack just goes whoop and moves right into the little hole on your side. All right, see, just like that. You want to get it right in the middle.
I clap my hands. Yay!
All right, well, you have to go now.
I guess I will.
Okay. Moraath, you've got a hacky sack in your hand. About 15 feet away, there's a little tiny hole you gotta throw it in.
Alright, I'm going to throw this with some style. As in, I'm just going to just fucking chuck the thing into the hole.
you're just gonna play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically.
Could you roll me what's probably an athletics check? Or like, yeah, I guess an athletics check, right? 'Cause you're just throwing it.
Alright, I'm going to throw this with all of the power in my arms. And I'm totally not going to.
You throw it and it just kind of goes boop, 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 and it hits and kind of bounces along the ground a little bit. It lands on the board and then it goes, it's 1 point. The only one I got in the hole. That's 3 points.
I told you I was not going to miss. See, I made it slightly, kind of.
All right, it's our turn again. Zeta, go ahead. Oh, wait, just 1 second, Zeta. And Lemmec just kind of gets down on one knee and looks at you. Zeta, I really like winning. You understand?
I know. I'm
I need
trying
you
my
to roll a
best.
wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
This skeleton looks you in the eye.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
You feel yourself dominated by the skeleton. All of you can see Zeta's eyes are just kind of like spinning around and almost like, kind of stereotypical cartoon hypnosis. And Zeta, I want you to roll a athletics check with advantage as Lemmec controls you.
Oh, great. Athletics rolls? Oh, great. That's my shit skill.
In that voice, when you say it like that, it's a little weird.
I know it is.
It's concerned. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage as Lemmec is controlling you. You're so weak. It like just falls. It lands on your side and Lemmec goes, Nice try. There.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, I guess that's a point for them. It grumbles. All right, your turn again.
All right. Kage, noticing the thing that just went down, decides he's not gonna play fair.
Yep, sure.
Going to attempt to use his, tactics of, I'm just gonna do this subtle thing of it in.
Oh, so how are you trying to get it in? Are you just kind of play it off like you're walking somewhere else and just kind of drop it in, or is that the move?
Decide. Yeah, he's just gonna try and drop it in.
Okay. In that case, can you roll me, what is it, like a stealth check to just kind of play it off?
Stealth and sleight of hand, so.
Yeah, I'll let you pick which one of those two you'd want.
Okay, I'm gonna pick stealth.
Okay, you're just kind of like, you just kind of meander over and just kind of toss it in. And Lemmec's just kind of like looking at Zeta like, and Zeta, you're not mind controlled anymore. And he's like, Zeta, look, how are you so weak? And then you just hear the
Lemmec, I should tell you, kobolds are not known for their strength.
But how are you that weak? And then at that point, that's where you hear the like kaplunk of the hacky sack hitting the board and going in. And Lemmec just over there goes, you got it in. All right, my throw again. All right, you see him like lining up and looking. Oh, look, a bird! And he kind of points behind you. Does anyone look at the bird?
I do.
He's just gonna stare at him like, are you serious?
I want to see the bird.
Juni, as you look over, there is in fact a bird. It's an eagle.
Wow,
It's a hawk. Sorry.
That's a really rare bird.
It's flying around and flies over to Lemmec and it grabs the hacky sack out of his head. Oh no! It grabbed it! And then you see the eagle go to fly towards your side.
Is it an eagle or a hawk?
I'm sorry,
Because
it's a
that
hawk.
thing
It's
has
a hawk.
changed shape like six times.
It's a hawk.
Okay.
You all get, the three of you over there, what do you want to do? You have like an action you could take if you'd like to take an action as this hawk flies directly toward your side.
I'm going to fly and I'm going to headbutt the hawk.
So you're trying to non-lethally get this hawk.
Yes.
Okay. Kage or actually, or Zeta, you can also act if you want. So Kage, Zeta, and Juni. Do either of you three want to do something, or are you just gonna let Moraath take this one?
Kage is going to try and get the hawk to land on his arm.
Okay. So you're like just trying to distract the hawk. Moraath, you're gonna headbutt the hawk. Zeta?
I'm just gonna watch.
He's down to blast. Okay. Juni?
I'm gonna help Kage.
I'm also with my headbutt, I'm also, while not taking the help action, I'm going to headbutt the hawk towards Kage. That way it lands on Kage's arm.
Okay. So, Juni, how are you helping?
Well, I'm just gonna kind of stand behind Kage and act as a tree shape, like a normal tree, not a lumberling, and I'm gonna grow a little bit of the start of a nest.
Oh, okay. I dig it. So you're like growing like a little tiny nest on your arm and like some berries and things. And Kage, I imagine you stand with like the position of someone who maybe has done falconry in the past.
Yes.
Excellent. So Kage, can you roll me an animal handling check with advantage? Okay. See the 16. So with advantage means we use a second roll. So it's a 16, which is pretty good. And that's because Juni's helping you out here is why you have the advantage. Moraath, can you roll me an athletics check? And I'm gonna roll a acrobatics check for the hawk. Oh, so you headbutt the hawk, but just barely. What really happens is you collide with it and it drops the sack, the hacky sack. The hacky sack begins to fall to the ground, and the hawk just kind of flutters around a little bit and like goes to look at it and like, should I go back and get it? But it's kind of scared because a tiefling just.
Can I have a question? How far is it between us as team?
15 feet. It's very close.
Okay, so I cast Mage Hand and use it to catch the hacky sack and make it go in the.
Oh my god, yes! Roll me. What is your spellcasting ability? Is it intelligence? Charisma. Can you roll me a charisma ability check? And this is just how good and how fast you are at your magic.
A skill check or just straight charisma?
It should just be straight charisma.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So you grab it with your mage hand and pluck it in anyway. The hawk lands on your arm, no problem, Zeta, and it's kind of like kind of like hopping around, confused.
You mean Kage?
I'm sorry, Kage. Dumb Jeremy here. It lands on your arm, Kage, and it's just kind of like hopping around a little confused and like flapping its wings and like checking as none of its feathers are out of order. Moraath, you are like, you got pecked a little bit, but you're fine. And as you look down at the ground where the hacky sack should have landed, you just see a little spectral hand go whoop and grab it and pluck it into your goal. And Zeta, you've scored 3 points for Lemmec, and Lemmec goes, yeah!
I am at least 5 mad right now.
And Lemmec is like, yeah, that is great. Good job. Good. Winners. Yeah, all right. So that's
Currently telling the hawk that he's a very majestic animal.
the hawk. Seems like a little frazzled and is probably gonna fly away in a moment. But you have like a moment being like, it's okay, Mr. Hawk. And the hawk like looks at you and you see in the hawk's eyes, thanks. And then it goes and flaps off. And it actually goes and sits in that tree, not too far. So it stays nearby, but watching you guys, the old oak tree in the grave.
As Moraath lands, he looks like at least 5 mad.
So Lemmec goes, all right, It's your time. It's what we got 6 points to your 5. Good luck.
Yep, your turn.
And Lemmec goes, wall of force, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
Look, just throw the sack.
Just throw it.
Yeah, just like wind up your arm, all right, and throw it with your arm being as straight as possible. I know your arms are made of branches, but you can throw this, I promise. And I can take a help action here, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. This is just you're like, all right, this is the form, right, that you want to be in when you're throwing, and yeah, absolutely.
While this is happening, Kage is just gonna slowly meander his way the middle of the area.
Okay. And I guess, Kage, what's your passive perception? The way you
14.
calculate that is, oh, you already know. Great. You can see that there is a kind of shimmering invisible barrier right in front of Lemmec's goal that he maybe had just stealthily conjured when he coughed.
So Kage is going to take a look here, and then look at Lemmec. Like, okay, you want to rely on magic?
Huh? What do you mean?
I can see the barrier.
I want you to roll me a intimidation check to shame, I think is what this is. And I'm gonna give you advantage because Lemmec has a lot of pride. Lemmec goes, what barrier? And the barrier disappears. I don't know what you're talking about.
You see, you just kind of wind your arm like that, and then you throw it. You release it. It should be good. Try
I
it.
have to warn you. I'm really not that strong.
It's all about the leverage.
All right, let's give this a go.
You throw it, Juni, and it lands on the board. And Lemmec looks and goes, 1 point. All right.
See?
It's a
I
draw.
told you. It's about the leverage.
Meaning I didn't lose. He cracks his hands, which meant cracking his fingers as a skeleton's loud. And he goes, all right, well, there's 3 throws, Zeta.
Oh, right.
I mean, you got 2 of them.
Okay, you can go.
But yeah, well, looks like it's a draw, which means I didn't lose. So let's move on to the next game. What do you
But you
think?
technically didn't win either.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lemmec.
It's okay,
All right.
Lemmec.
All right.
Because we all
Let's play
played
more
together.
games. I love games.
And we all had fun. So
I
we're
don't know.
all winners.
Isn't it just crazy? You know, every year around, and he's kind of like walking kind of a little further into the graveyard, as if for you all to follow him. And he's just talking to you all. Isn't it? I come around every time a year, right for the Carnival of Souls, every time, and every year I'm causing chaos. And, you know, this one year, I've turned over a new leaf. I'm just a good guy now. And why don't you know? We're out in this isolated manor, just all alone.
I would like to roll a perception check to see if we are heading towards that hole in the graveyard that I had seen earlier.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll a perception check. You're not. He's actually bringing you toward what looks like a small pumpkin patch. That's just kind of like someone threw a pumpkin in here a long time ago, and it's grown up in this part of the graveyard, this kind of far left corner.
I
Or I guess that's
remember a story from some better adventurers than us, some more experienced people. It was I think their names were Hillary and Dakar, about one of these pumpkins once exploded, so we should probably be careful about it.
I wouldn't worry about that. They're just pumpkins. Anyway, So this event, we do this we would do this if anyone ever came to my Carnival of Souls, and this is the pumpkin carving contest. Are you all familiar with the concept of carving pumpkin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I love carving pumpkins. I like making art.
It looks,
Why would you carve a pumpkin?
well, you see that helmet that you're wearing? It's got like
It's
a
not-
face on it.
It's not a real pumpkin, but yeah.
And do you like take the helmet off to like look at the front of it?
Yes.
All right, everyone else can see that Juni has no head.
What
As they take
fuck
the
am I
pumpkin
looking at?
And yeah, Juni, as you look at it, the pumpkin, yeah, it's got like a face and everything. Let's call it. What you do is you do that. You put lights in it. It's called a jack-o'-lantern. Very festive. So whoever makes the coolest jack-o'-lantern wins. Now I'll tell you, I have thousands of years of experience, so I'm gonna have the 4 of you on a team to have any chance. Sound good?
Sounds like fun.
And as you kind of, as Lemmec goes, all right, I'm gonna go into that pumpkin patch and find some pumpkins. You all find whatever you want to carve. And he kind of strides off into the pumpkin patch. There's brambles in here. He's having a rough time navigating through it. Oh, I got my ribs caught in some vines. Oh God.
Okay, guys, I have an idea. So there are some interesting patterns carved into my my great hammer here. All right, I can probably use them as what are they called? Stencils. All right, but I just have to hit the pumpkins just the right way for the stencils to work, and we can get a really nice looking infernal carving into this pumpkin till it becomes one of the best looking jack-o'-lanterns that my land has ever made.
Kage is just gonna rub his temples and be like, or I could offer my skills, small details of hand.
Don't worry, your hands can be put to use in a very specific fashion. Simply put, your hands look like they're good at detailing. Alright, I'm just going to pop out a little bit of a stencil, and you get to handle all the detailing. And trust me, there's a lot to do.
All right.
As you're all just kind of having this conversation, which of you has the highest passive perception? Just wondering. I imagine Juni, you and you might have the highest, right?
Well, I have 12.
I'm 14.
I think it's Kage, by the way.
So Kage, again, you notice this is a kind of strange-looking graveyard. Usually, on gravestones there'll be like cherubs and things like that, and those are here, but they're like plump, fat, like dwarf cherubs. They aren't like your normal, what you kind of expect for a cherub, like engraved into the tombstones. And beyond that, especially, you see one particularly large tombstone, just like 10 or 15 feet kind of behind. I imagine you're like looking at Moraath as they're talking. You see kind of behind them. And something about it just isn't quite right. The tombstone is like it's got a kind of relief of a dwarf sitting on like a throne. But there's just something isn't quite right about it that just catches your eye from that. You're not sure what it is. Maybe about 20 feet.
So, Kage, noticing that, would take a better look at that.
Okay. So you all see Kage kind of brush past you all, head over to the stone. Do you say anything to the rest of the group, or do you just head over?
I would probably mutter something about how it looks odd, and then probably mutter things about
What?
cherubs looking strange.
What?
And then you all
Brasscrown.
notice it now that it's kind of mentioned, like these. All right, weird dwarf cherubs. But yeah, you all kind of head over, and you can see, now that you're getting close to it, something just isn't right as you're looking at this kind of embossed image. Can you roll me an investigation check to like look it over? And is anyone else gonna like want to also roll a check to look at it, or anything like that?
I'd rather not investigate this.
Okay.
Like, not saying that I, in character, don't want to do it, but I'm probably not going to roll the check because I would probably hinder everything.
Sure. I mean, so Kage, you're looking at it. Zeta, are you taking a peek at it, Juni, or are you two looking
I'll
more
look at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going through the pumpkins, trying to find one that looks healthy, but still
Sure.
connected to the vines.
Okay. So can you roll me a nature check, Juni? And can you roll me an investigation check, Zeta?
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at this and there's something really off about this embossed image, and you just can't pick out what it is.
Well, I'm gonna go get a pumpkin now.
Well, as you kind of look around, and the two of you are over there, and Moraath, where are you? Are you like with Juni, or are you with the other guys? Are you somewhere in the middle?
I suppose that I'd be with Juni, but I'm kind of looking over.
Toward the headstone?
Yes, it's a little creepy, and if it's a trap, there's probably something wrong.
Sure, you can go ahead and roll an investigation too if you like. If you're really getting up there and looking at it. Otherwise, it's just creepy.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it. That's what those two are doing. So I figured, why not help?
Kage, you and Zeta can't really figure this thing out. And Juni, you grab a pumpkin. It's green, it's healthy, it's so happy. You can just sense this is a happy pumpkin. And
Perfect.
as you like pick up this small green pumpkin, you hear a sound coming from deeper within this pumpkin patch. I mean, it's got this just big vines and shrubs, so you don't even see Lemmec anymore. It's disappeared into the pumpkin patch. You hear, oh no, oh dear, oh no, and then you hear a, and then a, and then you hear a shuffling and scrambling of something within the pumpkin patch. The brush all shakes, and you see Juni looking through the pumpkin patch, what look like a bunch of little pumpkins. Their faces are all carved like jack-o'-lanterns, but they have like vine arms and legs, and they seem like they have a fire burning within them. They're like, ah! And they're just screaming and running at you through the pumpkin patch. I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
Wait, repeat that? What did you say?
There are little tiny pumpkin creatures, like little jack-o'-lanterns, that seem to have a kind of large fire burning within them, each of them, and they are screaming and running out of the pumpkin patch toward you all. And you hear Lemmec on the inside going, "Oh God!" And you just hear little explosion sounds.
What the hell am I looking at?
What was your question, Kage?
Pumpkin monsters.
I tried to click initiative and it sent a.
Yeah. It'll give you an error because you don't have a token. That's totally fine. This is just to put it on the board. You did it perfectly.
Okay.
All right, the Bumling's got a 16. So, let's get this initiative going. So, Juni, thankfully, you're the first to go. You see about 6 pumplings, like, running. They're maybe like 10 feet away from you within this pumpkin patch. Up ahead. What would you like to do? You have your little pumpkin in your hands.
Oh no, this is bad. I think the pumpkins are angry. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pumpkin back down, gently.
Okay. Well, as you go to put it down, you see one of the pumplings just stomp and obliterate another pumpkin.
Oh no. I'm going to. Okay, I didn't prepare this because I didn't set it up properly, but I'm going to wild shape into a boar.
Oh God, are you taking the pumpkin with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever detach it from the vine?
No.
All right, that's fine. You turn your wild shape into a boar, and you are now a boar, and you can see kind of sticking out from the side of you, there's just a vine. And you look down, and you are connected to the pumpkin patch by means of the pumpkin vine. But you're a boar now.
All right.
What would you like to do? Is that it?
I don't think I could do anything else currently.
All right, we move to the next initiative. The pumplings. Run out. There are about 6 of them, but only. Let's see how many of them are able to get out toward you, Juni. Oh, 5 of them just get out and go, nah! And they begin to claw at you viciously. And they, it's a 7 to hit Juni.
My AC is 16 because even as a boar, I have barky skin.
That's really good. I'm not sure that feature actually pertains through wild shape, but for now we'll say it does because I'm just not sure. Actually, no, it definitely would because that'd be natural armor. So yeah, no, you definitely would keep that because wild shape is not polymorph. Sorry, brain dumb. You're right. Armor class 16. So that's a 13. Does that hit you? No, it doesn't. Right. 13. A 17. One of them gets you for 3 piercing, and another misses you. There are 5 pumplings around you. One of them is still having a hard time getting out of the bush. Zeta, it's your move. About 15 feet away from you, Juni is now a giant boar who has been tethered to the pumpkin patch by a vine sticking out of the side of them. And there are what I can only describe as demon pumpkins attacking them. What would you like?
Oh dear. What can I do?
How many of them are there? Like attacking the boar?
There are 5 attacking the boar, and one of them is like still stuck in the pumpkin patch, maybe a little further back.
Is there a way I can burning hand 5 of them?
Only if you also burn Juni as a boar.
Okay, then never mind.
Which you can't do. There's no PvP in the land of DnDTime.
I will.
You could get 3 of them if you wanted.
I have a better idea. And
You take your forbidden candy cane and run it behind a pumpling and stab it. Go ahead and roll me your damage. 4 necrotic. Let's see if you kill that pumpling. I don't know how much health this pumpling has. You stab into the pumpling and it goes, but it's still alive, barely, as you cleave into the back of it with your forbidden candy cane.
oh, but I'm not done.
You're not done.
I
Oh, no.
for a reason.
You take your other dagger and stab the pumpling, and it goes, and through the little holes you stabbed into it, you see the fire that's inside this pumpling kind of swell, and then the pumpling explodes. I need you and Juni as a boar to roll dexterity saving throws as it explodes. Oh, that boar dexterity. Juni, how does Juni as a boar dodge this exploding pumpkin?
Well, it's really simple. I do a boral roll.
All right. Zeta, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw as well?
Mike.
Mike, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. What do you need me to do?
Can you roll me a
Dex.
dexterity save? Because the
Okay.
pumpling blew up as you stabbed it and killed it. All right, you also expertly dodge. How do you dodge the pumpling explosion?
I just leap out of the way because I'm super dexterous.
All right, you just leap back out of the way, no problem. All right, we move to the next initiative. Kage, it's your move, and you can see all of you as the fire swathed over the other pumpkins. They seem immune to fire, and none of them blew up as a result of their friend exploding. But Kage, it's your move.
I'm going to longbow.
Uh-huh.
That. What do I click for that?
Oh, there'll be a button on your character sheet which says longbow, perhaps? Oh, yeah, perfect. So with a 22, you absolutely hit. So just hit the word longbow in the chat and it'll roll the damage for you. Perfect. Yeah, you absolutely pop a pumpling, and it blows up as you shoot it. So Kage, where do you, like, do you just like hit this pumpling in the side or through its like jack-o'-lantern face, or how does Kage kill the pumpling?
Through the eye.
Oh, right through the eye. Still in Zeta's move. You shoot the pumpling through the eye, and and the arrow kind of shoots out the other side, and through that little hole, you see fire begin to burst out like a blowtorch, and then that pumpling also explodes. The damage from the pumpling is almost more from the chunks of pumpkin flying out everywhere. But I will need Juni you to roll another dexterity saving throw. Oh no, you take 5 points of fire damage as the pumpling blows up on you. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kage, or do you want to stay about 15 feet back? You can always move further away if you want.
He's gonna fire another arrow.
I don't think you have multi-attack yet, so it's one attack per turn currently.
Okay, well then he's gonna try and get closer without the pumplings noticing.
Okay, cool. So you're just gonna kind of scoot forward behind some stuff. I think what you're thinking about is like hiding, and that's an action until you get to level 3. So right now you're just kind of being sneaky, hiding behind stuff. But okay, Moraath, it's your move. There are demon pumpkins. You go into a rage.
I am fucking mad. They attacked my tree!
Uh-huh.
The closest pumpkin gets a fucking smashing. I'm going to hit it with my great hammer.
All right.
At least attempt to.
Unfortunately, you do not hit this pumpling.
God damn it.
And it goes wide, unfortunately. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Or is that
I
actually
wish I wish I had recklessly attacked.
next time. All right, we're back at the top of the initiative with Juni. There are 4 pumplings left. What would you like to do?
How many of them are not next to people?
Well, one of them is next to Moraath currently, and 3 of them are next to you. And then one of them's still in the pumpkin patch, making its move.
By the way, do not worry about the one next to me. You can kill it, I won't care.
I'm gonna slam a viney tusk down on one of the ones next to me.
Okay.
I have resistance to fire and danger sense.
You smash another pumpkin. I need both of you to roll dexterity saving throws as it blows up. That's Moraath and Juni.
I have danger sense, by the way.
Yep, so you would have advantage on your saving. Oh no! Juni, you take another 5 points of damage. Unfortunately...
Since it's 5 points of damage, I don't know if this actually applies, but the boar form says that it's relentless. So I actually only take 2 points of damage this time, because it would have reduced me to 0. Or reduced
it reduces you to 1 instead.
Yeah.
Very nice. Relentless endurance, you retain your boar form. I love it. Moraath, you, however, get blasted by the pumpling for 5 damage, which I think is halved for you, right?
Yes.
Or because you're a tiefling, right? Oh, wait,
Yes.
You don't have fire resistance, do you?
No, I do have fire resistance.
I didn't think the flying tiefling had fire resistance.
No, they do.
That's incredible. I want to play the flying tiefling more. All right, you're good. The pumpling's turns. The one that was still in the bushes gets out of there. It has 2 things to attack now, so it's going to choose between the 3 remaining tieflings are going to choose between Moraath and Juni. On a 1, they're attacking Juni. On a 2, they're going to go for Moraath. Oh boy! So Moraath, 2 of the pumplings claw at you. A 16 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And an 18 for 5 total damage, which actually these you have from your range. So you take 2 damage.
Yes.
And Juni, a 9 to hit you, so that one misses. That's the end of the pumplings. Zeta, it's your move. The pumplings are exploding.
How many are left?
There are 3. They're trying to murder your friends.
Well, this is a very tough decision. I think I have an idea. I'm gonna waltz out.
Are they all grouped together? The little pumplings?
Yeah, more or less, actually.
Okay.
Because Juni and Moraath
Yeah,
are real close.
They appear to be immune to fire.
Yeah, they are definitely immune to fire. You've seen them get blasted by fire a couple times and not be destroyed.
Oh. Well, in that case, I think I'll just go up to another one and eat candy.
A 13 barely misses.
You mean a 10?
I'm sorry, a 10. Its armor class is 13. My brain. Unfortunately, yeah, the 10 misses.
But that doesn't.
Your offhand dagger connects for 2 damage. You cut a hole in another pumpling, and it's injured. Actually, let's see. It might be dead. I'll have to roll how much health it is. No, that pumpling is still alive, but you cut a big chunk out of it. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Zeta? Do you want to run away? Or do you want to stay up there?
I think I'm gonna try to move away.
Okay, you're gonna get attack of opportunity if you try.
That's fine.
One of the pumplings claws at you. 15 hit.
Nope, that tickles.
Okay, Kage, it's your move. You can see only 3 of these pumpkin demons remaining.
And fire an arrow at.
Oh my goodness! And a critical hit at that. Go ahead and hit that damage button and let's see what you get. What a roll.
That's like a double crit too. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Kage, as you pull back your arrow and fire, it goes clear through one of the pumpkins and into another one. And the 2 pumpkins that went after Moraath both blow up and die. As you land the good old double kill with your arrow. And you're right up there too, so you have a perfect view of this. I have just the slow motion pull back and unfortunately though, Moraath and Juni are both needing to control dexterity saving throws. Moraath again with advantage because of the danger sense. Moraath, you take 10 points of fire damage, reduced to 5. Oh, not Juni! You expertly barrel roll some more and dodge all of the pumpkin explosion. I guess Kage shot it in just the perfect way as to blast them kind of away from you a little bit. Unfortunately, right into Moraath, but that's fine. All right, Kage, you want to move in closer, or do you want to kind of stay where you are?
I'm gonna stay where I am.
All right, Moraath, you're the last one remaining. I'm sorry, it's your turn. You're not the last one remaining. Everyone's still alive and fine. There's 1 pumpkin remaining. What would you like to do?
Die, pumpkin. I will smash you into the next estate 10 miles down the road.
Oh, beautiful. You absolutely hit it. Oh wow, that actually might be enough damage. Is that enough? Not quite. All right, you take your No, this is the one that Zeta stabbed. This is enough damage. All right, excellent. You swing your hammer down and boom, slam into the pump lane, and it doesn't explode. You just do so much damage to it, the fire just goes.
I think I heard the most delicious crunching noise in my life.
And as the lot of you just kind of stand there, the wind just kind of blowing around you, you hear like another couple explosions from the pumpkin patch. Oh God, they're all blowing up everywhere. And you see, you hear some more shuffling in the bushes, and you see the skeleton man, Lemmec, kind of make his way out of the pumpkin patch. He's covered in like burn marks, though he's a skeleton, and you see his red robes are kind of tattered a little bit. And he goes, can you believe it? Demon pumpkins. What are the odds?
Apparently,
then he just
within
waves his hand.
6.
He waves his hand and all the burn marks are gone and his robes instantly repair themselves. All right, so let's see your pumpkin. And Lemmec lifts up a pumpkin that he pulled out of the pumpkin patch. Oh, you don't have any. You blew them all up.
Hang on.
Guess I win.
Hang on. I've taken damage in my boar form, but I haven't taken enough damage to lose my boar form. So when I drop out of this boar form, what state is the pumpkin I've been holding in?
It is pristine.
I would like to use flower power enhanced druidcraft to mature the pumpkin.
Lemmec's face goes, he's just in shock. No! You saved one? I mean, that's just a tiny little green pumpkin. It doesn't mean anything. And like a Charlie Brown Christmas, this pumpkin, this little tiny pumpkin, is what happens with your flower power. It becomes the most beautiful pumpkin. Juni?
Yes. That was a question for you, Brandon, by the way.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, and as you use your druidcraft, and Lemmec is just like, shocked that you still have a pumpkin. What happens? What does the flowers do?
It's just causing the pumpkin to keep growing and ripening to become a big, perfectly carvable orange pumpkin.
And your druidic magic grows a beautiful, perfect pumpkin.
Who wants to?
And Lemmec just kind of looks down at like the dead pumpling that he's holding. Dang! Kind of like looks down. All right. Whatever. Kind of throws his pumpkin on the ground. Because even without carving it, just the beautiful, perfect pumpkin. And it's better than the thing he has. And he says, fine, you all win. Whatever, I'm hungry anyway, I'm going inside. And
Moraath
it begins
is
to
going...
kind of glide past you.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, because Moraath is going to carve it, right? And I'm hoping Kage is also going to assist. We want to make this the most beautiful jack-o'-lantern ever, yes?
Beautiful. So, as Lemmec grumpily glides past you all and glides up the hill toward the house, the lot of you gather around this great pumpkin. And I imagine you aren't like carving wholeheartedly into it, but more of just taking little bits out of the front of the outside of the pumpkin so that it will still live and be a healthy, happy pumpkin. But you create these beautiful designs, the lot of you as a group. And it takes, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes as you're really taking your time. Lemmec has taken off. And it starts to get darker. It was dusk when you came out here, but the dusk is darkening almost unnaturally quickly. You see almost creeping in from the gravestones around you a supernatural shadow, a darkness beyond what maybe you have anticipated. You look around and look toward the hill with the manor. It is completely dark. Beyond it, a moonlit sky, just the silhouette of a manor. And then it too blends into the night sky as the darkness creeps in around you. And in a few moments, you find yourselves utterly unable to even see. You call out.
Even with dark vision?
Even with the dark vision.
That's nice.
You call out for one another, and at first it's distant, and then you hear nothing. As the four of you have completed this adventure, but also have disappeared.
Where am I?
And with that, we complete this adventure. Thank you all for playing. We'll have to see where this unravels as the Carnival of Souls goes on. But thank you all for playing. You've all been successful, of course. That was actually spectacularly done across the board. Very, very happy with some of the ideas you all came up with. You've each gained your 100 Bartholomew bucks, of course, your magical trinkets from Bartholomew's big bag of treats. You've all gained 1 experience point, which means if you were level 1, in your case, Slipnote, or Kage, you are now level 2. So congratulations. And I guess we'll see you all another time here on DnDTime. We'll be right
It's too
back.
It's too bad I didn't get to give Lemmec that pumpkin, because I wanted to give it to him for being such a good sport with the games.
Me too. He was really a good host.
We'll see you soon.